Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Gems, how have you changed? Be interesting to see, won't it? That's what we're going to do. Going to see how you've changed. I'm going to look at who you were then, who you are now. And the way that I'm going to look at it, I think it's kind of interesting. It's a little bit different. So I'm going to use the Archangel deck and a Fairy deck. And with the Archangel deck, we're going to kind of see then, like, what angel guidance was around you in the past, and it'll give us a bit of an idea of, like, you know, what you were working through in that. And then the Fairy is going to look at the challenge. Like, they could be probably like similar, they'll connect in some way, or they could be two completely different things that you were working through in the past. And then we're gonna same cards in the now, so we're gonna see what Archangel energy is around you now, what kind of thing you're working through right now, and the challenges, or the challenge. So then we're going to also, with these cards, we're going to pull out the lesson that you have not fully learned. So the lesson that you are still perfecting in life, and then we will look at the lesson that you have fully learned. You've got it. You got that one. So let's get started, Gems. It's kind of an interesting reading. All right, so we'll start with the angel. Then and now. Oh, you want to see? What was it? Compassion. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So maybe there's something specific for you in that. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought there. Anyways, starting with the angels. Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm not going to show you what the lessons learned are until it's all pulled out. Yeah. Hang on, the suspense of it. Okay. Okay, so then, overcoming difficulties. The worst is now behind you and you are surmounting any previous challenges. So, all right. So there's almost like a then. So at some point you were going through something that was really difficult. But this is kind of like getting you over that hump, getting you over the horizon. The last little push for something that was very difficult. Yeah. So the point that's being discussed for you in this reading is when you've come off of the most difficult period of something difficult. I feel like I'm saying that over and over again, but yeah, that's kind of what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like there's 2 points of the past here, and there's a point in the past that was quite difficult, really hard, required a lot of you, maybe emotionally, mentally, physically, all sorts of things, right? And then the past that I feel like the then for you that's being discussed now is you've gotten over that point, and it's just kind of working forward, right? Now, oh, a healthy lifestyle. Look at you getting all healthy. So this is now, you have an angel around. So, okay, the angel there was Archangel Jeremiah. You know, some people, that's important. They want to know what that is. There you go. That's who you had then. The Archangel energy you have around you now is Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. So that's who you have around you right now. That's what you're doing. You're getting, maybe resting more, getting better sleep, looking after yourself. If you're going through something difficult, I mean, obviously it takes a lot of us in terms of our resources, our mental, emotional, and physical, and even the stress involved with something that is difficult that you're kind of surmounting. It could, looking after you, looking after how well you sleep. And maybe you don't sleep well when you're going through something stressful, or you're eating more for comfort as opposed to health. So now you're doing like the healthy stuff. So lesson not fully learned. Oh, and then fully learned. Oh, it was so fascinating. All right, at the bottom, you have moon cycles, Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So, look at the moon. I got a calendar this year that doesn't have the cycles of the moon on it. I'm like, damn, that sucks. I have to look it up on my phone. I always like seeing it on the calendar. Oh, it's full moon. It's a new moon. I always notice the difference between like myself and my son. He was born on a full moon and I was born on a new moon. And you can really see like the full moon. I don't see it. It's not so obvious to see now, but when he was little, man, he could not sleep on full moons. He was like a little werewolf baby. Whoa! God. I don't think I turned into a werewolf on the new moon. Oh, no. Don't remember. Okay. Let's look at the fairies. Kind of like be interesting for the overcoming difficulties because it's not really giving us much detail. But if it's your life, you probably know what it is. You're like, oh, I know, Cindy. Yeah, I don't need no fairy to tell me. Okay. Shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Wow, that's very interesting. Overcoming difficulties. So I kind of feel like some of you are overcoming a difficulty in terms of self-worth here. There might have been an environment or a situation that was causing you to question your self-worth. You might have been, I'm also going to say, like, I'm seeing somebody who's like really trying to make themselves look as good as possible on the outside because they're not feeling very good about themselves on the inside. Some of you may have even, with the cards that I'm seeing here, might have been battling with, struggling with any type of an eating disorder also. And that, you know, there's different ways you could do, like, if there's clinical, I guess, you know, like really obvious eating disorders. And then there's, you know, the one that I just kind of hinted on, like maybe you're utilizing food for more like comfort than health and fueling the body. Having difficulty shining. You might have been in relationships or a relationship that made you question your self-worth. But so that was then. And then I kind of, with this card, we'll see the fairy that comes out because this is where you are now. So if you're looking after yourself, I feel like you're looking after yourself for the right reasons. Look in a book. Maybe you need some new recipes. Look in a book. Look in a book. Whatever your question right now. Oh, I love this card. This is a fun one. Okay, whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. So there could be something actually specifically that you're looking for some sort of solution to be a little bit healthier. Now, the other thing that I really love with this, I've had this message come in before with this card, and it's to have a question in mind or some sort of insight that you would like to gain. And randomly, I don't know if you could do it, if you don't have a lot of books at your own home, go to a library or something like that. Randomly pick a book. Close your eyes, run your hand along the bindings, grab the book. Randomly open up a page and point. And what sentence or word are you pointing to? Are you getting a message from that? It's kind of a fun way to do that. It's sort of a way to download. I think it's important that you just allow things to flow. It's kind of like doing tarot, you know, like with the cards. Just allow them to come out naturally. Just, I think the shuffling, as long as the pages are moving naturally, I just feel like you're going to get some sort of assistance here. Healthy lifestyle, though, is really important for you right now. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. I'm kind of seeing somebody too who's just like, maybe somebody's lent you a book. You just start reading it and there's something in there at some point in the book that kind of captures you and it gives you an answer like, oh my gosh. You know, when you're reading something in a book and you're seeing characters kind of play out in front of you, you're self-aware of everything going on around them, right? Like the author could be giving you insight about what the character is thinking. And then the author could also be giving you insight about what the people around the character are thinking. And then the author just give you like some sort of background insight as well. So you can get like many perspectives on a situation. And if somehow this situation is similar to yours, it might give you some insight here. All right. I'm about to... Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God, the colors are on. This is great. Don't worry, I will show. So the underline is wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Don't know what the challenge is. Maybe it has to do with moon cycles. You have wisdom in moon cycles. I just gonna say too, like if you're a woman and you're still menstruating, there could be something there with that. Pay attention to your cycles. Could have something to do with eating too. That has to do, like, what's all involved with your hormonal system and in your endocrine system. Even for men, like I think every creature is going to be influenced by the shifts and the power of the moon, like as it waxes and wanes. So there might be points in time where you feel like myself. I know that I really gotta try to avoid dairy as much as I can, or I'm gonna pay for it during a moon cycle. So there's something there about that, like certain foods that you might eat that might be affecting you, and pay attention. So, okay, you ready to see? Okay, the lesson that you haven't fully learned here yet is victory and abundance. So the victory card is Archangel Sandalphone. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have in fairyland and human land. There is enough abundance for everyone. So you may kind of feel like you've lost out, you haven't, I don't know, some sort of opportunity here, or you're not going to have victory, but you will. And you definitely, like, if, I want to say because of the abundance and not fully learning the lesson in victory, is that if you've been through something difficult here, and also there's been some sort of struggle with self-esteem involved in whatever that was, maybe you're feeling like becoming more confident, but maybe you kind of feel like, well, I missed the boat. Missed the boat. I don't know, because you haven't missed the boat, but that's what you're learning here. You're still learning about victory, maybe confidence. Still learning about victory and the abundance that can be delivered to you in that. Oh, I think it was another message. I don't know what sign it was, or it's coming into me now. It's sort of like... You could go through an entire lifetime trying to be victorious in an aspect of your life, right? And you can either continue to try and try and try, or just stop trying. And then you'll never succeed in possibly getting that victory in life. Or you could just continuously try and literally win that victory just a day or two before you die. Like, Cindy, that sucks. But you did it. You did it, right? As opposed to not. And I kind of want to say, like myself, believing in past lives and the energy that we utilize through those lives, and the knowledge too. That's actually interesting, because this card kind of brings that forward to me, wise beyond your years. That's when you take those lessons, you take those victories with you into your next lifetime. And you really, when you see some people, there's big parts of their lives that they don't need to struggle for. Like things just kind of fall into place. Does it fall into place, or they just instinctively know what path to take in regard to a particular area, right? So take that victory with you into the next lifetime. And it has something to hear. Take it in now. Gain it now and take it into the next one. Now, the lesson that you have fully learned is pretty cool. It's chakra clearing and protection. I loved it because the protection card has got like chakra colors. Isn't that crazy? So you have Archangel Metatron. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Oh, so, you know, what's really, really cool about that is that you're understanding to recognize how you feel in different parts of your body. It kind of is bringing this in, you know, like the cycles, your cycles, how you wax and wane, the things that you eat, how you sleep, how you look after yourself, what the point and purpose of that is. And like, Tamika, if the body becomes balanced, so do the chakras. But you've already learned. You understand the energetic principle of a healthy lifestyle. So it's kind of like applying that healthy lifestyle in a more physical sense, you know, in your day-to-day. I feel like too that because you have protection here and chakras, like spiritual, you have really strong spiritual protection. Nobody can penetrate that. Don't like take that for granted and just stop doing anything that you do that protects yourself spiritually, because then you're going to open up. Like, why would you do that? You figured it out. You've got it. You know how to protect yourself spiritually here. You know how to call on different energies, guides, angels to help protect you as well. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Maybe some of you too, like if you do healing with other people, if you, I'm going to say anything, like if you read astrology charts for people, if, you know, Reiki healing is a really obvious one. Even like this, like what I'm doing here, I have like a whole system that I do before I get in the camera going, but like keep incorporating that. Looks like you've mastered that one. So now we go into the Witch's Tarot, the teeny tiny witch. Don't underestimate her. I just teeny tiny witch. Actually, whoa, look at that. I said don't underestimate her. And you've got the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Strong little witch. Okay. Angel guide, overcoming difficulties then. Oh my God, the Three of Swords. It's just like heartbreak, defeat, betrayal. And then the shine from within, right? This almost, it's like it's something breaking down so that it can be rebuilt in its strongest form, which feels like you. Shine from within. The Four of Wands, the Six of Cups. Oh my gosh, the Knight of Pentacles. Really beautiful. I mean, it just has this feeling of you know, we're talking about within, and you get the Six of Cups. It just makes me feel like inner child. So the inner child, and she is like, a lot of the fairies in this deck all look like, well, most of them, yeah, are adults. And just like a little girl. So it's kind of like coming into connection with that little girl, that little boy inside of you. And celebrating this, celebrating it. And then that becomes the building block and the plan to move forward. That is really beautiful. And so here you are, plan to healthy lifestyle. Archangel Raphael. Two of Wands. Oh, Lord. Shadow side, which is the devil, and the Four of Pentacles. What for is this? This could be like some sort of addiction that you're struggling with. It could be food. It could be drink. I'm even hearing exercise. So I'm wondering if some of you have an exercise addiction. Because we're looking here over then, where I feel like looking good on the outside was masking something not feeling good on the inside. But honestly, looks like you've kind of gotten over the hardest part of that. And now it's about being healthy. For some of you, the addiction could be continuously doing that. It's okay to exercise. But if it's an addiction, I think I've heard of that. Like, people can get addicted to working out. It's really interesting. Now, the other thing that's going on with this is I feel like if you're not getting out much, you need to get out more. And that's also part of a healthy lifestyle for you. Like this exercise, if you're not exercising, just go out and go for a walk. I want to also say this is not just physical exercise. It could be exercising the brain and the mind, keeping it busy. Because this Two of Wands, I mean, this is like projecting what could be out there for you, right? Like imagining what could the future be. But when you've got the Four of Pentacles and the Devil, I feel like there's somebody in your mind saying, not very good, not very good, right? And what do you have here? What you haven't fully learned, victory and abundance. Part of this healthy lifestyle could be changing your routine. Look in a book. Look in a book. The Five of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Look in a book. What this book is. You know, it's really funny, like book and Page of Pentacles. It's like learning something. Go to a library. Maybe you should learn something at a school. Maybe you should take on a new learning project. But the Five of Wands, why is there conflict in this? I think, okay, I'm also getting a message here. Somebody who may not, reading might not be like easy for you. There might be some sort of a struggle here for someone in reading, especially if you're an adult. That can feel a little bit uncomfortable. But this is going to open things up for you. Look in a book. I don't know. I feel like y'all should start learning something with the Page of Pentacles. But why is the Five of Wands here? Like what? Maybe this is something that you weren't able to do before. If you were in any sort of, yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to say there's something here that I can, it's like my life, but a metaphor. So one of the things that I wanted to do after I did college, because I only went to college, and it's different in the US, but I don't know how you categorize it there. But I only went to college. And then after college, because I didn't have a lot of money, I thought I wanted to study entomology in university, but then my dad, he was a bit narcissistic, convinced me that was stupid. So I never did it, right? I never got to do, I don't know, I want to do it now. But at the time, like, I thought, I really want to do that. Like, I really want to study that and know more. And it's funny because I thought there was 3 cards. I could have sworn there was 3 cards that came out with that. Where the hell did it go? You got the Four of Cups and the Emperor. Right? And that's just feeling like like a missed opportunity. There's something here that you haven't learned yet that kind of, in some way, you missed it. And maybe because you were focused on other things, more difficult things in the past. I could have sworn, I want to play that back. Finish the video. Wasn't that 3 cards that came out with that? Am I losing it? I'm like, yes, Cindy, you've lost it. Well, I did. I lost the card. Oh, maybe. I don't know what that was. So, victory and abundance. The lesson that you have not fully learned. cards going everywhere. Okay, you have the Three of Cups, oh, then the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. With this victory and abundance. I gotta kind of say that I think this lesson that you're still working on here has something to do with trust issues. People from your past, not is with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. It just kind of feels like either you have been unsure of people's intentions and then cut that out, or you yourself have just cut things out like in a really quick and maybe unusual manner, because you're like, there's something here that's not trusting from your past. I want to say too, this could even have the feeling like as an energetic read from these cards, like maybe victories feel short-term for you, short-lived victories. The universe will snatch this away, the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So you're still working on that lesson. Now, the one that you figured it out, you know how to protect yourself spiritually. So if there are any issues that you've had in the past with, you know, not trusting people or trusting people's intentions, or honestly, it looks like spiritually you're okay there. So you can, I want to say, use this. And that came up in the other two readings. I think at least both of them, or was it just Taurus? But anyways, that the lesson that you've mastered is kind of a support mechanism for the one that you're still mastering. So chakra clearing and protection. Look at the Page of Wands. Like, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, that's not true. So, I don't know who made that up. Where does that come from? I'll tell you, you heal pretty quick from sticks and stones. Well, as long as it's not major breaks, right? But, yeah, the Page of Wands. But honestly, this looks like, it kind of looks like it doesn't matter what kind of communication comes your way, what people may say to you, you protect yourself. You're protected. Isn't this fascinating? I find it fascinating. All right, let's get the moon cycles at the bottom here. I'm going to look at wisdom in the moon. This is a very, Sue, it also feels like you're like really your inner feminine. Wisdom and the moon cycles. Oh, the Nine of Swords. The Two of Swords. So that's interesting. Right there, there could be something that directly affects you in terms of the moon cycles and how you think. So it could affect your thinking. And it looks like it gets you into thinking yourself into a corner with the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords. So my belief around the moon cycles is everybody's going to be different. Like, I don't think you can say that a full moon does this to everybody. I honestly feel like it'll have a bit to do with what the moon cycle was in when you were born. It's a very strong energy. Like it's almost like an every 28-day boomerang for everybody when the moon comes into the cycle that you were actually born in. If you don't know, there's a lot of people that don't because they don't have the time on when they were born. Kind of monitor it a little bit and you might be able to figure it out. Okay, so then after that, then you have the Sun and the Four of Swords. Oh, the moon and this wisdom card, the wisdom is winter and the moon is also, right, the difference between the moon and the sun. So coming out of a winter period, a darker period, a colder period, a more difficult period, and then healing like your dreams and your wishes and even yourself with the sun. Now that one got away. Oh my gosh. There. Oh look, and at the bottom you have the Ace of Cups. That's a nice card. Cool, you have the Ace of Cups, good feelings, a good cycle coming in for you. I'm going to go do the extended Gemini. In the extended, we're going to look at, I'm going to use my archetype deck, and I'm going to look at an archetypal energy that you are transforming right now. And then we're going to look at an archetype for the future you, excuse me, the archetype for the future that you are like really embracing. I mean, it's going to be a really big part of you in the future. So, you know, that's what I got. So there you go. Thanks, Gemini. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.